Okay, in this video, we also talk about significant figures, but we're dealing with how to add them and how to subtract them. These are a little bit different compared to multiplication and division. Okay, so we're going to begin this. I'm going to show you, let's say we have the numbers 2.18 plus 5.621 plus 1.5870 plus no, I'm sorry. Minus 1.8. Okay, so if you have these numbers, if we were to multiply these or divide them, you need to first ask yourself how many significant figures are in each. So you would say this has 3 significant figures, this has 4, and so on and so forth. But when you're adding and subtracting, it's actually a little bit different. And I'm going to show you what happens when you're adding and subtracting. The first thing that you want to do when you're adding and subtracting is you want to put them one on top of each other. So you would actually write them like this: 2.18 plus 5.621 plus 1.5870 minus 1.8. Okay, so that's the first step. The first step is put them, align them, one on top of each other. Make sure that the decimals are all aligned. Okay, the next step that you want to do is you have to find the number with the least amount of decimal places. The first number, 2.18, has 2 decimal places, the 1 and the 8. The second number has 3 decimal places. The third number has 4 decimal places, and this number right here has 1 decimal place. So this one is the one with the least amount of decimal places. That's the one with the least amount. So what you want to do is you want to draw a line, and this line, you don't need to draw it, it's only to help you see what's going on. So you're going to draw a line there at the number with the least amount of decimal places. Right there. Okay. That's the first thing you want to do, and you're going to see why I drew this line. But first, I'm going to pull out the calculator and see what the answer is. So we have 2.18 plus 5.621 plus 1.5870 minus 1.8. And that equals 7.588. I'm going to write that down. That equals 7.588. Okay, so this is what we have so far. And now I'm going to explain to you what this line is for. When you're adding and subtracting significant figures, what the line tells you how many decimal places you keep. In addition and subtraction, you keep the least amount of decimal places, so this problem can only have 1 decimal place, and that's why this line is there, to tell you that 7.5 is the only thing that you're going to keep out of this. But remember that you need to round. So this is the last number that we keep. We need to look at the number right next to it. It's an 8. So that 5 is actually going to round up, and your answer is going to be 7.6. That's going to be the answer to this problem. Okay. Let's go ahead and do one more example. Okay. Let's do one more example. Let's say we have 7.876 Okay, make sure you align everything. Minus 0.56 plus 123.792. Okay, so that's the first step. You need to make sure that everything is aligned. Every decimal point is under the decimal. The next step is you need to find which one of these has the least amount of decimal places, and 0.56 actually has 2 decimal places. That's the least amount. So I'm going to draw the line right through here, right through there. Alright, and I'm going to take out the calculator and find out what the answer to this is. So we have 7.876 minus 0.56 plus 123.792, and that gives me 131.18. So let me write down 131.108. 131.108. Okay, that should be the answer, except that now remember we have to round, and we picked the one with the least amount of decimal spaces. So decimal places. This has 2 decimal places, so we have to round by looking at the number next to it. That's an 8. So the answer to this problem is going to be 131.11. This is the answer to this. Okay, the 8 makes the 0 into a 1 because you're rounding up. Alright, in the next video we're going to cover what happens when you have mixed, when you have multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction all in one.